Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm just checking out some comments in the server. Dude, if I click on a thing, why won't it work, man? Alright, everyone. I'm live. Yes, send it out. And then I'll forward this to not Gen Chat announcements. Yeah, we forward that to announcements. Okay. A Luffy versus Naruto stream. What's up, Lilo? What's up, man? If you're down to chat, I think you're in a Discord. If you're down to chat, we can also just hop on real quick. I have an idea that I've been trying that I want to maybe push out. I have an idea that I've been maybe that would be fun, at least in my opinion, as far as like power scaling content goes. That I don't know if everyone is going to want to partake in it. I don't know who might want to do it. I'm fine in partaking it in it, partaking in it in myself if it's necessary. It's basically a downplay tournament where essentially instead of arguing which character would win in a fight, it's trying to argue which character would lose in a fight by essentially, dude. You have Discord? Yes, we have a Discord server that if you'd like to join, I can send out invites. By the way, this is just to show you guys, the music in the background is just for everyone else. My neighbors are basically blasting music, so I can't fucking record any voice. I can't do any voice recording for the video, so fuck me, I guess. Yes, 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 the YouTuber is complaining about why life won't, why their neighbors and community don't just simply fuck around and do things for the sake of my own content creation. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But seriously though, shit's kind of annoying. I can't. There should be a link to it. I should probably let me see stream settings real quick. What's my Ko-fi at El Eon? I'm still restricted. Fuck me. If you'd like to join my Discord. I should probably add like a Discord server link, right? I should probably add like some kind of Discord server link. Whatever. I'll put out a Discord debates with chat, invite to server. Let's edit the invite link. We'll do it for 10 uses. And for the no specific role. Let's do this. My first time being on in this early? Yeah, lovely. Well, okay. Here is the Discord link for anybody who would like to join. Let me pin it. Ada versus Emu. It's about so I want to make a live stream where I essentially bring on a couple of people. Maybe I was thinking about maybe 4 people and just have it be like a debate tournament where they have a back and forth, or maybe just have separate rooms set up where I can join in on people who are going to have a debate and they can just do it in right away, so that way nobody knows each other's arguments. Or maybe pre-record them and then just post them out later so that way people can't see the debates. That way people cannot see the debates beforehand. It depends. But I essentially want to make a downplay tournament where we essentially try to argue which character is actually the weaker character, but we have to be as disingenuous as possible given narrative standings, right? Like, what I don't want to do, so let me give you guys an idea, because I feel like oftentimes people don't fully understand like the concept that one is going for, so I want to kind of like set up a couple of like rules. So what I don't want is character is weak because I said so. What I want is I want is character is weak because they got smashed through wooden through a wooden floor, and they said ow, as an example, right? Like, I want actual feats and statements, right? An example of this that I was thinking of that would be kind of fun, an example of this that I would say would be kind of fun would be like, for example, let me just say Sasuke retrieval, right? I guess the search for Tsunade stuff, I guess I could push some of these. Let me move some of these, actually. Yeah, everything here. And then we'll do... Yeah, we'll do this. We'll move this over to... We'll move this over to Sasuke retrieval. Yeah, let's move this over here. Okay. So an example of this could be like, I don't know, Sasuke slamming down Sakon through floorboards and and yeah, he got fucked up from it, right? Like, I want to give disingenuous interpretations. I wrote a whole paragraph to do just for him to say Gojo still wins and bring up no argument. I don't know what your argument is. I don't know what you were referencing. You might Papo Urs, you need to be a little bit more specific. So yeah, something like this, right? It's like nothing can hurt him, right? So this would be an example of it where it's like Sasuke slams this guy through the ground, but he's the one who ended up getting fucked up, right? Like, I want actual manga panels shown, but I want disingenuous interpretations of it to make the character sound as weak as possible, right? Like Luffy, like bringing up a movie and Luffy being that One Piece movie, I think it was Film Red, where Luffy gets a bucket of water thrown on him and he's automatically super weak. I want something like that, right? I'm thinking about maybe setting something like this up. I think it would be kind of fun and interesting to see how well people can downplay a character, but you guys let me know if you guys would be down to partake in it. Otherwise, if you guys could give me like 2 seconds so I can go... if you guys could give me like 2 seconds so I can go get some water, I'll be right back. Bro, YouTube is lagging, and I wrote that comment somewhere else. Why is it showing up when it's 3 times? Let me see. Nope, it still says Shorty Bear. Ada isn't a fighter. I don't know why y'all putting her in fights. Naruto is Himawari level. Yeah, you can totally bring up the Naruto as a little child's level, like stuff like that, right? Things that actually happened within the context of the story, within a movie, etc. And we downplay it to like the highest degree possible. And then the player, and then the person who the judges, and then the character that the judges vote wins in a fight is actually the loser. Stuff like that, right? 1 second. If my neighbors start playing music for a decent enough period of time, I might just go back to recording. Himawari's a monster, not for the context of my downplay debate. That shit is gonna be the biggest anti-feat. Yeah, what a boring way to fight. Oh, you have to just order the other person to stop fighting. I find that to be a very boring way of arguing a character can win a fight, but sure. Yeah, I don't really know what I can talk about. I kind of just started up streaming because I couldn't fucking record voice. What's this about? The plain salary man. Holy shit. The plain salary man turned out to be a hero. He was invincible and was exposed by his niece. Wait, no, I think I clicked through this before. Oh, that's just a different fucking manga panel. Yeah. I remember what this is about. It's essentially like this guy goes into like a dungeon and then takes out all of his fucking anger by hitting giant creatures with a fucking bat. Like, he looks like this on a normal day, but whenever he gets, like, super stressed out, he just starts to, like, bulk up for whatever reason. He takes a bat with him, and then he just starts fucking things up. And I think his, niece is, like, one of these, his niece seems to be, like, one of these, what's it called? A streamer, a live streamer, an IRL streamer in this world that, like, records people entering dungeons. Sasuke getting speed blitzed by a kid and losing his Rinnegan. Yes, exactly. Something like that. Something like that would be fun. Yeah, and then the guy, this guy, like, crashes out and thinks about, like, things that happen on a corporate level, and then basically fucks up monsters on the other end just to, like, get rid of his, pent-up energy. Whitebeard being the strongest man in the world, getting stabbed by random marines. Yeah, that's a perfect example. Whitebeard is a weak-ass old man. That's exactly what I mean. Whitebeard is a weak-ass old man who got stabbed by a guy that looks like this, right? By a guy who literally looks and is dressed like this, right? Like, that's the kind of downplay I want to see, right? Where it's like, who can make the character sound and seem the weakest, right? And for counter arguments, the opponent would probably have to bring up some better feats or like some like upscale or whatever just to make the character seem as powerful as possible, right? It's like, who can downplay the characters the most? I wanna make a video like that. I think it would be a video or I would love to either make a video or at least a live stream like that. It depends. Ada powers probably not working on Imu due to Haki, or simply kill her immediately before her power takes effect. I mean, you could also just argue that Imu probably doesn't view anyone below the Celestial Dragons or even himself as, like, anything special. I don't know. Like, what's the reason why Sarada isn't affected by Ada, you know? Sasuke is wire level because Kakashi strapped him to tree with wires? Yeah, stuff like that. Back to the mines with you. Also, latest chapter is out now, or is that tomorrow? I don't know yet. Usually, I've been noticing that it's coming out on Fridays. The hero's bereaved family. What the fuck does that mean? Hero who defeated the David Kick, saved the world, has died. Gil, a half-elf who carries his blood, heads eagerly to the funeral of the father he's never met after hearing about an inheritance, but the womanizing hero's love-starved child collide in a ruthless blood-soaked inheritance battle. Will it end in a mountain of corpses or something else entirely? A rare, outrageous, post-adventure isekai. So they're all this guy's kids, and they're all asking for the same thing. Okay. There's an ordinary human. The members of the hero's bereaved. To be surrounded by his family, Master Hero must be very pleased. A dwarf, a beast folk, a giant, and is that a mermaid? Plus, there are some whose races I don't even know. There's even an ordinary human. Everyone here is undoubtedly bereaved. Each of you is the child of Master Hero with different mothers. In other words, you are all what they call half-siblings. Half-siblings? What a range! That man never stopped playing around with women. That was a reason for our divorce, too. What a deadbeat father. I don't care about that as long as I get the inheritance. Same here. To have children with so many races, that's impressive. I'm starting to respect him. Respect? Seriously? As always, I've been willed the hero's intelligence. Sorry about this, guys. I'll be the only one getting his inheritance. Awkward silence. What a shame. You're not the only one who has the hero's will. Oh, okay. I confirmed it earlier. Will be delivered to every one of the child. Wait a minute. About that, from what I know, everyone here has been written by the hero. Here lies the hero, divided. Be careful not to lose it. Weaker than. I've got a brilliant idea, brother. Yes, extortion. First time extortioner. Okay, what's happening here? What the heck's going on? A hero and a giant's child, Goma Vidrigas. Okay, this seems crazy. Hey, what's up, guys? Sasuke losing to some dinosaurs? Yeah, probably tonight, Drake. But no spoilers. I had to skip yesterday's stream since y'all were giving too many hints. Yeah, that's fair. Eon is Whitebeard capable of destroying a planet? Allegedly, you could argue at least Prime Whitebeard could be able to. How do you think Mihawk versus Shanks, like... Shanks thinks he's very strong, but Mihawk is strong as swordsman, but Shanks is a swordsman. I guess it depends on whether or not you think Mihawk is better at sword skill and Shanks is better at, I guess it depends on whether or not you think Mihawk is stronger in terms of, like, sword skill and Shanks just has stronger Haki, but I don't know, man. It's one of those things where it's like, it's up in the air, it just boils down to what you personally choose to believe. With the Saraman is also pretty entertaining. Yeah, I think I checked out like 3 chapters before I kind of gave up on it. If you were a typical giant, that move wouldn't have worked. I'm glad that you're smaller than the others. You bastard, did you just call me small? I didn't say that. Yeah, you're right. I don't care if he was some hero, but because of father's human blood, I was mocked for being the runt of the giant race. The fewer the inheritance, the better. I'll make them sit up with my fortune. I'll make them, okay? Tell me, if you know you're weak, then why try being a little more creative? Okay, I can't move. Are you a mage? Magic? I can't use such things. I know I'm weak, so I get creative. I'm just a normal human. There's no way that's true. Damn it, I'm your human. You should be this weak. So this is some cheap wares. Yours. Reduce the number of inheritance. Increase the share. Thanks for this. My will. Hey, I'm sorry. I won't attack you anymore. Uh-huh. The winner is always the strongest, but the greediest. No, no, wait. My money, my new life. Go to hell, you bastard. Oh, no way. Won't do it. Losers shouldn't. Should obediently withdraw. Did I surprise you? Don't be nervous. I have no intention of hurting you two. I'm just here to retrieve the loser. Ew, that's good. Looks like the fist. That looks like he fits in the coffin. It's a relief since there's only one size. Hey, you mentioned loser. What are you now? What is our father trying to make us do? Nothing. There's nothing in particular. Just that for these 49 days, all you have to do is mourn for the death of Master Hero and pray for his soul. However, the loser who give into their greed and fail as a result are not worthy of being Hiro Kazuhiro's children, and that's why they should just disappear from this world. Well then, for the next 48 days, please do not leave the royal capital and humbly pass time as if, for you greedy lot, a chaotic inheritance battle about troublemakers is about to begin. That's impossible, isn't it? That's crazy. So all of these guys essentially have to destroy each other's fucking. Oh, this is interesting. This is actually fucking interesting. All right, I'm checking this out. I'm Team Shanks, by the way. That's fair. Hockey Man agenda versus Mihawk upscale. I'd argue that there's a difference between swordsman and a guy that uses a sword, but I don't know. I mean, Shanks is a swordsman. He fights with a sword. I don't know why we wouldn't call him a swordsman, but yeah. It's not up to in the air. We literally got an answer already. Just ignored. Mihawk is the strongest via skill. People are stuck on the word strongest. Yeah, I mean, listen, the whole conversation with, like, Mihawk and Shanks essentially just boils down to, do you think that Shanks, for whatever damn reason, has hockey that is so powerful that it puts him in a position that is much higher than, what the fuck is this about? I'm a behemoth, an S-ranked monster, but mistaken for a cat and live as an elf girl's pet. I don't think I can read this one in front of you guys. Alright, I'm just ignoring this. Hockey Wizard Negdiff. Yeah. Like, I don't know, man. Shanks is a swordsman. I don't think I need to put up a poll for this, but Shanks is a swordsman, right? There's just absolutely is a swordsman. Like, he uses a sword. He used his literal weapon since he was a child is a sword. How much does a man need to use a sword? See, like, this is what I mean. If somebody's already voting on no, then it's gotta be some level of, like, personalized bias, dude. I'm sorry. I just cannot agree with the notion that Shanks does not use a sword. Shanks is a swordsman. Primarily, that doesn't matter. The answer is just skill, not power levels. We got told that you're just stuck on the word strongest. That's literally... I don't give a shit about that, though. I don't give a shit about that at all, Jeff. That's not why I'm asking this question. Why I'm asking this question is... I'm a few moments behind stream. Would you be a Celestial Dragon or a Fleet Admiral or Random Pirate in the New World? Definitely not a Celestial Dragon and definitely not Fleet Admiral. I'm not working underneath the Celestial Dragons. Just throw me as a Random Pirate in the New World. Yeah, it would probably put him above a potential Zebek. Why does Shanks even use a regular sword? I don't know if Griffin would be considered a regular sword. I mean, it does look like a regular sword, but... Here's the issue, right? Why the fuck does this disappear? That's weird. Why the fuck does my bar disappear? Like, I'm sorry, man. In every single instance that Shanks fights, he brings out a fucking sword. Like, anyone who's out here actively telling me that, like, Shanks doesn't use, is a hockey man and not a swordsman, I don't know, man. I think that there's probably a bit of bias on that because it kind of just falls back into the idea of, like, Mihawk versus Shanks. I don't think I could agree to this notion that, like, Shanks isn't a fucking swordsman when the guy literally uses a sword all the fucking time. Yes, but he is stronger than Mihawk. He just lacks the sword skill that Mihawk... I don't care about who's stronger. Again, whatever logic you guys use, whether it's skill or hockey or outright brute strength, I don't care about who's actually stronger between the two. The conversation is Saint Nerona Eon is the right answer. All right. The question of the question of the matter is swordsman. Is Shanks a swordsman? Yes or no? Are people ready to accept that Whitebeard is a swordsman? Is Whitebeard a swordsman? I that was a whole conversation that they had in the One Piece fan letter, dude. People arguing and complaining about Whitebeard being a fucking swordsman, bro. That wasn't even Whitebeard and complaining. It was like some like little tidbit that they threw in during the bar scene. I want to also get this off my chest. Admirals over Yonko, in your opinion? That is a crazy ass take, considering an admiral has never beaten a Yonko in a fight. But sure, I'm not joking. Look at his obituary when he died. Whitebeard's obituary. Whitebeard. Do you have a chapter for that? Whitebeard's obituary. This one? The second one? By the way, Saint Nerona Unk, we should, you that you're a parrot that used to sit on Joy Boy's shoulders. Why the fuck you calling me a parrot? I didn't understand that joke in the Discord. Yeah, Whitebeard's staff is a graded weapon, making it a sword. So, Whitebeard's a swordsman. Cool, Whitebeard's a swordsman too. Fantastic. Cool, I guess. Shanks is obviously a hockey man. When did he ever use a sword? Divine Departure is just a hockey slash using a sword as a medium. Not once did he actually slash anyone with the sword itself. So him using a sword for combat, that's like arguing that Zoro's fucking 360 pound Phoenix is a fucking phoenix, and it's a wind blade, and it's a wind attack, it's a wind phoenix attack, and not an actual fucking blade slash. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? 576 last pages? Cool. What the fuck are we talking about? Dude, what the fuck are we talking about? Alright, even in death, even with half his face gone, he would never fall. He will forever be remembered as a monster for the way he destroyed his enemies that day. This battle alone, he suffered 267 sword wounds, was struck by 152 bullets and 46 cannon blasts, and yet neither that mighty body nor his pirate's pride ever suffered one coward's wound. Let me pull up the chapter to see if I'm missing anything. Color. Yo, okay. Does anybody want to hop on? Does anybody want to hop on a Discord call? Does anybody want to hop on a Discord call and explain to me why Shanks is not a swordsman? The last pages. The One Piece, my sons, Whitebeard is dead, Whitebeard treasure. What do you want? Hey, Newgate, a family? Ha ha ha. I owe you something. Like, what? None of this means that he was a fucking sword. What did this have to do with Whitebeard? No coward's wounds while showing his back. You realize that a coward's wound showing on his back, you realize that doesn't necessarily play into the idea of being a swordsman, more so of standing your ground and not turning your back. The Admirals have confidence. I don't give a shit about confidence. Akainu clashing with Whitebeard, he lost that fight. Kuzan versus Garp. Garp literally took extra damage he didn't need to take and was eventually jumped by Blackbeard's crew. Also had to save a bunch of people. Kizaru fighting Luffy. Kizaru lost that fight in both separate instances. And suggested to Akainu that he'd go deal with Big Mom and Kaido. Yeah. Suggesting that he would deal with them is not the same as actually beating them. Yeah, no, I don't agree with any of this at all. None of that really changes the idea that they all still lost their individual fights. If One Piece characters played Monster Hunter, what weapons would they main? I don't know, man. Shanks is running a fucking longsword for sure. Whitebeard probably a great sword. Or a switch axe. Literally says that they don't have the manpower to go to Wado while having Kizaru, Fujitoro, and probably Green Bull. Yonko claps admirals, yeah. Do the fleet admirals pay the Marines? Because I'm not working for free. The fleet admiral, yes, the Marines get a wage, Sailor X Diamond. That's the whole point of being a Marine. It is a job that you get. There's a theory right now that Emu is a parrot, meaning you're a parrot too. How the fuck does that make me a parrot? Isn't his main weapon, nor is that his primary, just part of the moveset, like his shotgun, double-bladed lance slash polearm. Zoro is legit the only other character than Whitebeard who had this pointed out. Yeah, that doesn't mean that does not even remotely mean that Whitebeard is a swordsman because of it. Having a coward's wound. A coward's wound means that you let someone strike your back. You didn't fully stand up to every blow your opponent hits you. That's not... A coward's wound isn't only something that swordsmen get. What the fuck? Come on, bro. Kuzan was def not giving it his all. You can't prove that Kuzan was not def giving it his all. Actually, Whitebeard, because I can 100% argue that Garp had to fight other people as well, bro. Come on now. Garp had to literally take a blow for Koji, who was going to be taken out by fucking Shiryu, and then went on to literally take down a giant mountain, man. Like, come on, man. Like, are we just going to ignore all the other shit just to argue that oh yeah, Kuzan won that fight in a fair and square way? Come on now. Ibu was a lot of attacks named blades, and yet y'all want to say he ain't a swordsman? If I had a musket with a bayonet on it, can I be considered a swordsman? No, that has nothing to do with it. Big old Unk is a parrot. Now this. Yeah, we'll continue this later with the chapter drops. I don't want to get spoiled at Panda, or as I said, the time will come. What do you mean the time will come? Where Whitebeard is dead? What the fuck do you mean the time will come? The Whitebeard is literally fucking dead. Think Kuzan wasn't giving it his all, but Garp did take extra damage. Okay. That's not an argument. That's not a good argument. Kuzan wasn't giving it his all. Proof Kuzan wasn't giving it his all. What the fuck? Yo, that's funny. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, listen, I'm not gonna have a fucking 5-hour long conversation with you people about whether or not the Yonko are stronger than the Admirals or vice versa. You're not gonna change my mind unless you show me a feat and a scene of an admiral standing above and defeating a Yonko. No bullshit, no narrative garbage on the side. No, I need an actual admiral beating a Yonko, objectively speaking, not some they got up first, not some, Garp is technically an admiral or a Yonko. Wait, as a matter, why the fuck are we even bringing up Garp and Kuzan? None of them are Yonko. Neither of them is a fucking Yonko. What the fuck? I guess Kizaru wasn't a swordsman when he pulled out that lightsaber either. Just because I'm holding back doesn't mean I can beat an elephant. What kind of stupid argument is that? I don't know. Let's not get too crazy with the word stupid though. The Admirals are stronger than the Yonko. Oda appeared in a dream and told me. Ah, yes. Can you factually back that up though? Can you show me the feat or the chapter page where Oda showed up to you in a dream? I need the exact episode number and timestamp, if you please. Alright, you guys want to make me watch any... You guys have any videos, any YouTube versus videos that I can sit here and watch and talk about based on somebody? Old people hate her? Why? What did she do? A 1 minute and 50-second fight? Possibly the 3 weirdest archetypes they could have picked. Cubic, Marincess, and Ghostrick. Why would anyone want more support for these cards? Whatever. Can Garp be considered evil? Why would Garp be considered evil? Watch more Rowley's Crack House, Unk? I would say I'd watch Rowley's Crack House if you like sent me $50, but A, that's not gonna happen because I'm ineligible for monetization after like two or three streams ago. And oh, watch my guy Nintendo BB. BB short, y'all to sleep on my guy Teach. Nintendo BB. I need the actual title. Watch Sabo slander. Streamer Marlon just crossed the line about black people. Alright. The baddest femboys? I'm not watching a baddest femboys tier list. Didn't Oda do a color spread with all the swordsmen and Shanks was there? Okay, which... Okay, One Piece, color spread, swordsman. Yes. No way. No way. Yo. Laws here, but not Fujitora. The artist who drew this might not like him or something, or does he not count as a swordsman and Law does? It's fan made. The comment about it is from Oda, though. Fujitora's a swordsman. Okay, wait, is this fan made? I don't know, it's weird. The creator didn't include him, but Hachi Law is more prominent. Is Straff there? Yeah, it's just fan art, not much to talk. Oda posted it, so it could be argued he implies that he are swordsmen according to Oda. Okay, now we're implying. Okay, yeah, these are some mental gymnastics. This is not apparently actually true. As a matter of fact, whoa, let me go back real quick. It's very similar to Oda's art style, but it doesn't seem like something Oda would have drawn in the modern day. So yeah, this isn't actually true. Okay, no, this isn't an official. Yeah, this is a fan work. This isn't official. Oda is not a reliable source, guys. Yeah, no, this isn't official. Color spreads. Okay. Oda received and shared. Yeah, but just because Oda received and shared it doesn't mean that, like, yeah. So just because Oda received and shared it doesn't mean that, like, he agrees that all of these are swordsmen. Or some shit. Oda told me that Shanks is a projectile user, not a swordsman. He does shoot out a projectile. That seems to be more consistent with the shit I've heard. The fuck you mean we're getting false Super Saiyan Goku and Dragon Ball Sparking Zero? Oh yeah, I heard about some DLC. Really reaching the bottom of the barrel. Which, yo, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it would be absolutely fucking insane for anybody to try and argue that fucking Shanks of all people is not a swordsman. This isn't special per se. Got you. Top 10 swordsman One Piece list? Fuck it. Fuck it, we're making tier lists. Tier lists. Alright. Alright. Fuck it, guys. We're gonna make a One Piece tier list based on which characters are the most attractive. We're gonna make a 120 character list on which characters are the most attractive. Alright. Would fill with cream. Would fill with cream. Actually, no. Let's see. This one would be would fill with cream. This one, however, will be the essence of attraction. The essence of attraction. The definition. No. Would do whatever they want. Would do whatever they want to me. Would fill with cream. Would get a kiss. Would give a hug. Do not approach. Add a row below. We'll make it no. We want it this color. Okay. Do not approach is do not approach. Oh wait, no. Give a hug. Would not find attractive. Wouldn't even approach. Wouldn't even approach. Alright, we got our tier list. Bro, chapter 11 gives you all the answers. I got you right now. 1058. 1058. Page 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Aha, Mihawk, the greatest sword skill, with greater sword skill than even Emperor. With even the red hair, the Emperor, as the strongest swordsman in the world he is. Wow. Good shit, Jeff. Jeff actually making a claim and backing it up with evidence in terms of the story. Is this in terms of strength? Sure, this could totally be in terms of strength. This tier list could totally be considered in terms of strength. Yeah, sure. Why not? Why not? Why not? Okay, so we're gonna make it this color. We're gonna make it that color. Then we're this one. We're gonna make this color. We're gonna make it this. Then we're gonna do. Then this one. We're going to do this. 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 Launch a nuke towards them. And finally, wouldn't even approach, but somebody might. But someone might. Definitely never having sex. Okay. I told you it was told to us. Y'all just stuck on one word. No, Eon, everything Oda says is canon and meant to be taken literally, especially when delivered through manga characters who have perfect scientific knowledge. Exactly. These manga characters would know exactly how their abilities work. I'm glad we can agree on that. Alright. Where is Dorian Bragi on the list? Is this really 120? 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 13 times 9 is... Yeah, okay, so this is about 130. This isn't enough! What the fuck? What the fuck? Wait, this isn't... Wait a second. Oh, wait, no. Dorian Bragi aren't here. God damn it, I'm gonna have to fill it up again. Don't start the list yet, Unk. I don't know if you're being sarcastic or not. What do you mean? What do you mean if I'm being sarcastic? I'm never sarcastic. It sounds like you haven't read the SBS. If you were 3 inches in Big Mom and 3 inches in Kaido, and Kaido's 3 inches in you, are you moving forward or backwards? I'm moving forward into Big Mom. I don't even think I would fit in... No, you know what? I'm not even finishing that. I think you miscounted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, no. 13 times 9 would be... 117, so that would be, yeah, 120. This is 120 characters. I didn't miscount. Fuck! I'm gonna have... Okay, I'm gonna open up another one. I'm gonna open up another one of these. Hold on. Copy. Paste. I'm gonna try to find a bigger One Piece tier list. Huh. It just stayed like that. Cool. Okay. One Piece. We need more characters. We need as many characters as possible. Oh, yeah! There we're talking about! Yeah! 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 Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're 100%... how fucking dare you even... Okay. So let's do this. Would let them do whatever they want. Would let them have their way with me. Would let them have their way with me. Right. And we're gonna add one more on top of this one. Add one row above this. Okay. So this one was gonna be the dark blue. And then, no, wait. Yeah. No, we're gonna make this one the light blue. Yeah, there we go. And then this one is, and then this one's gonna be... Not even remotely considering... Can't be considered... No. Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. There we go. That's the one. Okay, so would let them have their way with me. Would fill with cream. Would fill with cream. Okay. Would fill with cream. Would get a kiss. Would give a hug. Would get a kiss. Oh, shit. Would get a kiss. Okay, whatever. Would give a friendly handshake. Not even a hug. Would get a friendly handshake. Would give a friendly handshake. Add row below. Okay. Would not find attractive. Would not find attractive. Wouldn't even approach, but someone might. Wouldn't approach, but someone might smash. Someone might. Definitely never having sex. Definitely never having sex. Okay. Alright, Sanji got... Hi, what are we doing today? We're making a tier list based on which One Piece characters we would smash and which One Piece characters we would not smash. And, yeah, we'll be going on from there. Don't even think... Hey, what's up? What's up, what's up, what's up? How's everybody doing? Why does everybody call me Unk? I can't be that much older than you guys. I can't... There's no way I'm that much older. And no fucking jokes about me being born in the fucking Cretacic period or some shit. God damn, you people are mean about that shit. Big Mom at 1? Alright. Alrighty then. Alright. So, here, we got a tier list. Alright, my top 5 are Bon Clay. Okay, so Luffy. Don't even think about it. Luffy is asexual. He's our perfect bright-eyed boy. No one is even remotely doing this shit. Cretacic period. Fuck you. Zoro. Alright. Now, I'm not particularly into men personally, but I would probably say that Zoro gets a nice... I would give Zoro a friendly handshake. Nami would fill with cream. You know what? Actually, hold on. This one deserves... I would let her do whatever the fuck she would want with me. Usopp! Yo, listen, that nose has got to be used for something, bro. Usopp would fill with cream. Sanji, I would say that if it weren't for the perverted shit, Sanji would probably catch a lot more people, bro. Chopper, don't even fucking think about it. Robin would fill with cream. Frankie would let him have whatever he wants with me, would fill with cream. Brooke gets a kiss. Brooke 100% gets a kiss. And Jinmei, I'm not fucking a fish man. Alright, Roger. I'm not gonna lie, this fit for Roger just didn't make it for him, so I would probably just give him a nice little handshake. Shanks also, you know what, Shanks would get a kiss. Shanks 100% would get a kiss, and everyone knows that big boys like Lucky Roo, they 100% know how to perform cunnilingus, so they get that shit, right? Dirty Fishman, I would never say you were born in the Cretaceous period. We all know you existed before time itself. Fuck you. Might have to double check ages on these characters. Don't worry, all these characters are 100%. I know which characters are and aren't legal of age, by the way, don't fucking think about it. Okay. Yasop. Bro, you know what? Wouldn't approach him because he looks dirty, he looks stinky, and also he left his wife and child for the sake of piracy, which is kind of fucking weird. Definitely not doing it. I'm sure somebody would find Ben Beckman attractive, but I don't personally go for silver foxes. As far as Makino, would definitely fill with cream. The Mountain Bandits, definitely never having sex. That's why he's definitely still just a mountain bandit. No one ever wanted to fuck him, so he can do whatever he wants. I'm not personally into the guys this old, so I don't think I would do anything with the old guy from the village. Kobe needs to be pushed into things very lightly, you know. He's very timid about this kind of stuff, very shy about it. You have to like ease him in, so you always have to start off with a kiss. As far as Alvida, especially in this form, 10 times out of 10 would fill with cream. You know what? Would fill with cream. Yasop's a real one for that. Fuck that kid and white Chaser Dreams player. That's crazy. Smurfs hate is back at it again. Mommy Goth Lolita Perona should be top 1. Fixed. Listen, blue people racism strikes back. Not all fishmen are blue. If anything, it's fucking racist and fucked up that you're out here saying that all fishmen are supposed to be blue. Fuck right off, Aster. It's not that he's blue, it's that he's a fucking fishman. I'm not fucking a fish. Alright, Captain Morgan, not with that axe. Definitely never having sex. I can't put him there because he did canonically have sex at least once. You know what? I will say Helmeppo had a big glow up. Would fill with cream. As far as the old guy, like I said, I would give him I would not find attractive. Buggy! Right here, right above Alvida. Yes, right above Alvida. As for, this guy and his guy, he's too hairy. Too fucking furry, would not approach. You know what? Never having sex. And as far as Richie, it's a goddamn line. Get your heads out of the gutters. We're also throwing my boy up there. Gaimon would let them have their way with me right below Alvida. As far as this guy, he's trying too much with that hair. I'm sorry. He's trying too much with the hair. These are children. Get your heads out of the gutters. We're not doing any of the kids. Don't even fucking think about it. And Kuro would be filled with cream. Django, on the other hand, would not approach, but someone might. The Cat Brothers, the Meow Band brothers, definitely never having sex. Usopp's girlfriend, you know what? She's probably below the age of 18 and she's as old as Usopp, so definitely not even into consideration. I would fill the Going Merry with cream. But unfortunately, it's not a real living person. Are we doing this for Naruto too? No, Naruto's not getting any of this. Just join. This is an interesting ranking. The Mountain Bandits get action. Dadan can get it. Yeah, but she's a mountain bandit. She's not part of this guy's specific breed of mountain bandits. As far as this guy, the butler, I would fill with cream as well. He is definitely submissive and has a pinchable waist. Yosaku, and you know what? I do not find Yosaku attractive, but I do think Johnny at least gets a friendly handshake. As far as this guy, he got completely fucked up by Sanji and the others. Do not find him attractive in the slightest bit, and everyone knows that Zeph, out of pure respect, would at least get a handshake. As far as Patty goes, I don't care for him, but someone might approach him, and so is for the other guy. I forgot what his name was. Beef Stroganoff. From here on out, his name is Beef Stroganoff. Kaya's 18 or 20. Kaya, One Piece. 17. Wait. She would technically be... No, you know what? We're not doing that. I'm not doing that. Fuck it. This is the photo from when she is in East Blue, so fuck it. Jin. If Jin didn't look so fucking musty... Jin honestly looks like a really musty, really gross, gangster. He looks like he works for the Russian mafia. Absolutely do not find attractive. However, Don Krieg would 100% get a kiss from me. As far as Dracule Mihawk, would fill with cream. This guy Pearl, though, absolutely never having sex. Neither is Nezumi. Do not find attractive Arlong. He is a filthy fish man. Momu is an actual fucking animal. And Hachi, you know what? I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it right now. Those suckers probably go crazy, so I'll at least give them a handshake. Chu? Yeah, no, Chu definitely do not find attractive, and I don't find the same thing for Kurobi. Nami's sister up here. She 100% could get it. Genzai would get a handshake, and their mom, Belmer, you know, out of respect, I would just give her a kiss. This guy, the Vice Admiral dude, whatever the fuck his name is, that hairstyle, I'm sorry, does not work out, bro. But he does have quite a bit of drip, so I will at least respect the drip that he has, and give him a nice firm handshake. As far as Smoker goes... He's always showing off those broad shoulders, that broad chest, man. But I gotta say it. Smoker tries a little too hard, so I'd just give him a handshake. As far as baby girl over here, would let her do whatever she wants with me. You know what? She's below Buggy. Can't even argue it. Kaya's 19, same age as Usopp. All right. Would fill with cream. That's fine. What would your AI girlfriend say about this list? She would probably move Buggy down. Unless we're talking about the live-action version of Buggy. Should be top 2 for her weight. Give us a second. Dragon has definitely never had sex. I'm choosing to believe that Luffy was born from an egg. As far as this guy goes, wouldn't approach, but somebody might like him. Laboon is an animal. Get your heads out of the gutter. And Vivi, once again, I'm putting her below Buggy, but she does go up top. As far as Mr. 9 goes, wouldn't approach, but someone might do it. I will say, this guy, Igaram, I'm putting him at the top of wouldn't approach, but someone might. He is married after all. As far as Mr. 5 goes, I'm sorry, the booger stuff is too gross, but Miss Valentine would get filled with cream. 100% above Makino. I like it if a girl puts her weight on me. Why isn't she here? Who is here? Who are you talking about? Why isn't she here? My girlfriend, she's probably working because she has a job, unlike you jobless degenerates. Crocus is a real one. But I personally wouldn't find him attractive. These are animals. Get your fucking heads out of the gutter. Karu is one of the greatest characters. Dragon, did you lay this egg? That's what I'm asking exactly. Luffy is a mutated monkey, so you're right, uncle. Dory and Broggy 100% would fill with cream. Look at those beards. You could do so much with it. Mr. 3, I will say I will give him a handshake simply for the shit that he did before. Miss Golden Week is 16. Get your heads out of the gutters. And, you know what? He's never having sex. These guys are just never fucking having sex. Dalton would fill with cream. Dalton is does the right kind of king. Would fill with cream. We're also throwing in Doctorine into it. What's his face? I'd give him a kiss. He 100% deserves a big kiss on the cheek at the very least. And Crocodile, if he's wearing his if he's wearing the Marineford fit, would fill with cream. As far as Daz Bones go, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro gets. You know what? I'm just gonna say it. I don't find Daz Bones attractive, and only because I feel like if I were to try and give him a handshake, he would probably shred my hands to pieces, and I'm just not doing that. Has enough motion, or has enough motion technically, but I guess it would be past tense since he's now traveling around with Morgan. I can't even be mad at that. Dorian Broggy, the goats for real. Miss Double Fingers. I don't know what the fuck Double Fingers is supposed to be as far as that, but she can technically inject herself with her own needles to give herself muscle mommy arms, so she 100% goes above even Miss Valentine. Would fill with cream. As for Bon Clay, above Alvida, below Tashigi. Mr. Ford doesn't know what sex is. You know what? Don't even think about it. They don't know what sex is. They don't know what sex is. Yeah, we gotta change it to that. What the fuck? They don't know what sex is. Yeah, there we go. Got motion. He has a girlfriend, yeah, but he never had sex with her. You know 100% that, you know for a fucking fact, that she's definitely never having sex. You know for a fucking fact that Wapple never once got to sleep with her. We know for a fact he never once got to sleep with her. That entire relationship, Sailor, that entire fucking relationship is gold digger material for sure. This is a dog. Don't even fucking think about it. It doesn't know what sex is. Ace would fill with cream. Ace 100% would fill with cream. As far as Vivi's dad, Cobra's in a wheelchair. I don't know how exactly I would feel about an old man in a wheelchair. Probably would not find attractive. Pell, I would give him a nice handshake to. Probably above even Ben Beckman. Definitely above Ben Beckman. The Jackal guy, someone might find him attractive. Someone might. This is a camel, we're not doing this. This is a fucking camel, we're not doing that. Vivi's childhood friend, I ain't gonna lie, he's been through a lot, he gets a kiss above Kobe. And what's her face? Yeah, no, 100%, right below, yeah, right here. Cream Donut is crazy. Cream Donut, Bon Clay's literally everyone and everyone you could ever want, he'd do it too, yeah. Cream Donut is crazy. Cream Donut is crazy. Bellamy. I ain't gonna lie. Bellamy, after he decided to turn himself around, you know what? I would say it. He gets a kiss. The guy has gone through enough shit. And this guy, I would say I'd give him a friendly handshake. My boy Mont Blanc, whatever the fuck. The monkey guys, though, they 100% do not know what sex is. Yes, they are humans. They 100% do not know what sex is. The Gorosei. And this is gonna be like the most objective way of going about this. Would give a handshake, do not find attractive. The other ones are just far too old. This guy just definitely never having sex. Yeah, these guys would not find attractive. Why the fuck what the fuck? This is why you demonstrated? What do you mean why I demonstrated? Almost had me believing you weren't a gooner. That's what I was about to say. Sengoku, definitely never having sex, has no children, has no relationship, is a fucking silver fox with no relationship, no wife, no girlfriend, no bitches, no money. Yeah, no, Sengoku's a fucking fraud, bottom of fucking never having sex. Old Granny Suru, listen, I'm not into old ladies, somebody probably is. Doflamingo would fill with cream. Above Crocodile. Kuma! Don't even think about it, they don't know what sex is. Handshake? Do you mean job? No, I meant a handshake. I would give them a handshake. I would shake their hand. That's why it's called a handshake. And here I was thinking we're doing a serious tier list. Oh no, this is a serious fucking tier list. Who the fuck told you it wasn't? Whitebeard, at least a big fucking kiss. He's like old grandpa. I was gonna ask why is this live age restricted? To be fair, it got age restricted because I technically said choke on a fat and then phallic member to a couple of old people in regarding to the latest Boruto chapter. I got very upset by it, and apparently YouTube copyright struck me. Or not copyright struck me. They made me ineligible for thing. Me and Kuma would make a fire prayer group. Yeah, you guys would probably make a fire prayer group. You guys, it would literally be the best prayer group you guys could ever have. People would be preaching. Blackbeard, that body type is definitely for somebody, not me. I do not find this guy attractive, but he definitely has a pinchable waist. I just simply don't like this character. He's never having sex. Neither is Van Augur. And as far as this guy goes, I would not find attractive. Ganfall, the Sky Knight, I would give him a handshake. Let's see. Pierre the Bird, fuck no. Conus, One Piece. Oh, Conus. Oh my god, yeah, no, Conus. Conan's going to the top of it. Conan is going to, like, the top of would let them have their way with me. Her dad, though, definitely wouldn't approach, but someone might. Clearly their mom did. I do not find the red hair beret guys attractive. Adnanel is essentially just a psychopath trying to kill everybody. He definitely has never had sex and he would never have sex. Same thing can be said for Satori. This guy at least has some fucking wear to him. I would definitely give this guy a handshake just because he fucks with dogs and he's an animal trainer. This guy, I wouldn't approach him, but somebody might. The dog, I'm gonna be honest with you, does not know what sex is. And as for this big guy, he's only mad. He definitely looks like he follows red pill theory, which is why he definitely never is having sex. Let's see. This is the main guy from wait. Eon, ever consider starting a Patreon, if you would? Eminem gets action. Eminem gets action? NL do get motion? Alright. Wouldn't approach, but someone might find attractive. Will this be brought up in the Naruto versus Luffy video? This is like the crux of my argument. This is literally the crux of my whole argument. We need Sengoku defenders to defend their GOAT. There's no Sengoku defenders out there. Stop screaming sex, Unk. Relax. It'll be fine. These guys, I don't remember them too well, so I'll just give them handshakes because they were just trying to liberate their kingdom, although this guy's definitely never having sex. As far as she does, oh yeah, no, she 100% would get filled with cream. 100% would get filled with cream above Frankie. Sorry about that. This is a child, so this does not even go up on the list. Right here. Yeah. Alright, Kalgara. The warrior Kalgara. You know what? Would fill with cream. Would fill Kalgara and Nolan with cream. Tanjit, never having sex. Sherry the horse. Sherry the horse is 100% going in. They don't know what sex is. Foxy the pirate. Definitely never having sex. His female co-host would fill with cream. The Hamburg, definitely not. Kuzan would get a kiss above Shanks. Actually, no, below Shanks. This is a child, and that's an animal, so they 100% do not even remotely go on this list. Child and animal, 100% do not go on this list. You know what? She wouldn't approach, but somebody clearly did. This is an animal. The big toad guy is an animal, so we're just not doing that. Oh, Iceberg. Iceberg would fill with cream. 10 times out of 10, Iceberg would fill with cream. Probably a bug. Not a single Bum Goku fan out here? Yeah, not a single one. This guy whose hair keeps poking out, I would give him, and him a handshake. Rob Lucci, gonna be real? Would fill with cream. Rob Lucci would fill with cream. Alright, the bird, though. The bird absolutely does not deserve to go on this list. Kaku, I would not find attractive. Khalifa, bro, Khalifa goes far above. Khalifa unironically turned me, do whatever she wants to be. I don't even care, bro. Hot secretary lady? Yeah, nah, we're not doing that, bro. Kokoro is a mermaid, right? First time I heard of it, first one we ever seen was Cammy. First time I heard of it, first time we ever seen Cammy. Yeah, so she is technically a mermaid, so she's technically the first mermaid we see. Sengoku's golden dick is too much for Yunk? It definitely not. The soap shit? Oh my god, bro. Robert Lucius would be pulling? Yeah, no. You see the fucking fit here? Bro is really trying to catch ladies' eyes, bro. Like, alright, let's be honest here, right? Rob Lucci. Robert Lucius, right? Let's just talk about Rob Lucci real quick, right? Because I think people don't understand the kind of drip that this man has. This man is literally wearing an all-white fit with a light blue open-collared shirt to show off his chest, and then he has a purple rose. Where the fuck does somebody even get a purple rose from, man? Where the fuck does... I was making the joke. Yeah, okay, got you, Jeff. Where the fuck does somebody even get a purple rose from? Bro got this shit custom fucking grown, man. The top hat with the fucking bird on the side with the little white dove. Nah, yeah, no, Rob Lucci got the fit, bro. Women literally start to get wet as soon as this guy walks in, bro. Bluno wouldn't approach, but somebody might. Jabra's definitely never having sex, and I'm only saying that because Jabra 100% would be funny if he never had sex. I would not find Kumadori attractive, and as far as Fukuro goes, yeah, he's definitely never having sex. Neither is this guy because he's dead. Spandam, never having sex, and Funkfried, you know what? I'm changing it. No, you know what? I'm changing it. This guy has also never had sex. Spandam has also never had sex. Doesn't even know what the concept of sex is, never brought up to him. Frankie's Mans, not approaching him, but somebody might. The sisters, you know what? I'll say it. The sisters, the Frankie sisters, I would give them a handshake. I would give them both a handshake. 100% I would give them both a handshake over Zoro. Yeah, 100%. Let's see. Tom, not fucking a fish, man. Not gonna happen. Even the pigeon is dripped out. That's what I'm saying, bruh. These are animals, so get your heads out of the gutters. These are animals. We're not doing it. Yeah. Let's see. Yo, that's a lot of One Piece characters. Holy fuck. What's his face? General T-Bone, listen, he's ugly as fuck, but he deserves a kiss for all the work that he put in to try and save all of those people. As far as this guy goes, has no concept of sex. Oimo and Kashi are not, unfortunately, they are not Dorian Broggy, so they definitely would only get a handshake. As far as, what's-his-face, Clover, I wouldn't personally approach, but someone might. Saul 100% would get a kiss. Saul, after the shit that he's been through, yeah, would 100% get a kiss. And Robin's mom would also get a kiss. Robin's mom would also get a kiss. As far as this Admiral goes, I'm sorry, the hair just does not do it for me. Neither does this guy. Fuck these guys. All these guys are ugly as fuck. Garp, I would give him a handshake. Garp, I would give him a handshake above everybody else. The Thousand Sunny is a goddamn ship. We're not doing this. Absolutely not. We're not doing this. Gecko Moria? Somebody might fuck with Gecko Moria's shape, and this guy Absolon's just never having sex. Perona, gonna be real here, right above Robin. Perona right above Robin, and Hogback literally had to bring back his own wife. Yeah, no, this one, she just does not know what sex is. This is a zombie, she just does not know what sex is. T-Bone is goated. He should have dropped his album. That's what I'm saying. Oars does not know what sex is. Oars 100% does not know what sex is. Jesus Christ, my fucking neighbors are loud. This thing doesn't know what sex is. Kumashi is a fucking zombie, and a bear does not know what sex is. Ryuma, definitely never having sex. Actually, no. Someone might find it. Actually, no. This is the within the context of One Piece. This guy's already been dead for hundreds of years, so fuck no. Lola wouldn't approach, but someone might. Actually, someone did. The Rumbar Pirates captain. I'm not gonna lie, pretty handsome fucking individual. We'll throw him up there. Cammy. She is a mermaid, but I would give her a kiss. This guy's an animal. He is her fucking pet. He does not go anywhere besides right there. Let's see. The guy from the Flying Fishman Riders. Just send this guy to Woods. Not even gonna bring him up. Oh, Shakuyaku. Oh, Shakuyaku would fill with cream. Would 100% fill with cream. Beji, someone might find him attractive, and Bonnie, Jewelry Bonnie, don't even think about it, does not know what sex is. Ryuma got kids, yeah, but Ryuma, but this is fuck, fine it, whatever, fuck the zombie if you want, I don't care. Hawkins, I would give Hawkins a handshake. Eustace Kid, you know what? Eustace Kid would give a handshake above Roger, yeah. Killer with this shirt? Killer's a real one. Killer would fill with cream. Killer would give at least a kiss. Killer's a real one. This guy, absolutely not even considering it. X-Drake, do not find attractive. Uroj, wouldn't approach, but somebody might. Trafalgar Law, Let's see. Would fill with cream. Trafalgar Law would fill with cream. Beppo is a fucking animal. I'm not doing this. Not even remotely. Silver's Rayleigh. Okay, gonna be real honest with this one. Gonna be real honest. Would give him a kiss over Brooke. 100%. Kizaru? I would give Kizaru a handshake. I would give Kizaru a handshake, but after Ben Beckman. Cammy is 16? No way. Cammy, One Piece? 18 after the time skip. Did we change, what's her face? Yeah, okay, no, so we're fine. She's 18 after the time skip. We're fine. Besides, would get a kiss is nothing crazy. Sentomaru. Sentomaru. You know what? I'm gonna say it. Sentomaru gets a big kiss. Sentomaru gets a big wet kiss for the shit that he tried to pull against Kizaru. Kizaru's too hard for this? You think Kizaru's way too high for... You know what? Fine. I'll put Kizaru at the bottom of handshake. Boa Hancock? This might be a little bit controversial. This might be a little controversial. Yeah. I would fill Boa Hancock with cream after I fill, Ace. Sandersonia. Sandersonia, you know what? I'm gonna say it. Sandersonia above Boa Hancock. I'm just gonna say it. Marigold, though, listen, I'm not that much into big girls. So, wouldn't approach, but somebody might. The Snake, 100 fucking % goes in the, goes right here. So you don't like Unks sailors? No. No way. A man of culture? Yeah. Gloriosa. Yeah, sorry, definitely never having sex. She got basically turned away by every single man that ever loved her. What's her face? This one, I forgot her name. Fuck, I forgot her name. Would definitely, yeah, would definitely do it. Would definitely fill with cream. I mean, he on drugs. He's too high for this. He's definitely not on drugs. Oh, the sky people that helped out Nami. I would give him a handshake. Heraclean would give him a handshake. Magellan, if you're into poison and weirdos, you might be able to do that. This guy's never having sex. Her, though, the prison lady would fill with cream. Would fill with cream. Doesn't know... You know what? I'm putting this guy and doesn't know what sex is. This guy 100% goes and doesn't know what sex is. I'm not her biggest fan. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not her biggest fan. I would put her at the bottom of would give a handshake. Ivankov? Ivankov gets a kiss. Whatever the fuck his name was... I'd give him a handshake. Nope, never having sex. Definitely never having sex. You know what? I wouldn't approach, but somebody might. Marco? Yo, this might be controversial for you guys, but with those glasses, would fill with cream. Got to. Jozu, I don't find attractive. Vista, wouldn't approach, but somebody might. Izo, would probably put Izo on, would give them a handshake. Would probably put Izo... Okay, definitely never having sex. Definitely never having sex for what's-his-face, for Squard. Little Oars Jr. Little Oars Jr. 100% goes and does not know what sex is. Pizarro... Wouldn't approach, but somebody might. Katarina Devon, just fuck no. Absolutely not. Katarina Devon, absolutely not. San Juan Wolf doesn't know what sex is. I'm sorry, you're not gonna convince me that San Juan Wolf knows what sex is. He just doesn't know. I refuse to believe ancient giants know what sex is. Jozu Do got the hardest. Margaret? Yeah. Oh, Margaret, that was her name. Thank you. Vasco Shot, definitely never having sex. Brownbeard, wouldn't approach, but somebody might. Dadan, would not find attractive, but you know what? She's Luffy's mama. We give her at least a kiss. Sabo. You know what? This might be a hot take. Yeah, just above Helmeppo. I don't even... Oh, this guy, yeah, no, he just needs to go. So does this guy. So does Kong, definitely. Definitely never having sex. That's an animal. We're just putting Sarume all the way up top where the characters that don't need to even remotely be in the conversation goes. Somebody would probably come near. You know what? I'd give him a handshake. I would 100% give King Neptune a handshake. I'd give King Neptune a handshake over underneath Zoro and Sanji. The brothers are pretty chill though, but I'm just gonna put them at don't find them attractive. Shirahoshi is 16 years old. Do not at me. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. We're not doing that. Oh, Shirley. Madam Charlie. Would I fuck a fishman? I would give her a friendly handshake. You know what? I would give her a kiss. I would give her a kiss above Cammy. I would give her at least a kiss. As for Horty Jones, definitely never having sex, and I'm putting the same thing for all the fucking filthy fishmen. There's just this guy 100% though does not know what sex is. Never heard of sex, doesn't know what it is, doesn't know what procreation is. He thinks we just all spawn in the ether. Fisher Tiger, listen, I'll say it right now. I might not find Fisher Tiger attractive, but like, yeah, he probably goes above Jimbei. Queen Otohime, you know what? She was a good mother. She was a fantastic mother. I would give her a handshake above King Neptune. I'll take on Madame Charlie. I'm not fucking a fish, dude. I'm sorry. No. Katarina can turn into anyone. Yeah, but she has to make physical contact first, and I'm not going out of my way to do some weird shit. Koala! Koala, I'm gonna be so fucking real. Koala would let her have her way with me. Would 100% let Koala crack the fishman to save humanity? No, definitely not. The fish guy. Probably somebody finds him attractive. Saint Miosgard. I don't find Miosgard attractive, but you know what? I could give him a handshake for at least trying to make an attempt towards, you know... He at least made an attempt. He at least made an attempt towards trying to better trying to better his relationship with fishmen. As for this guy with the egg, the egg before the yolk, it's all a funny joke. The little kids from Punk Hazard, fuck no, get your heads out of the gutters. We are not throwing them on the list. They're going all the way up top where they don't need to go. What's her face? I always forget her face. The assistant from Punk Hazard with the you know what? Listen, if her previous form, wait, what was her name again? Fuck. What's her name? Punk Hazard. Monet, that's her name. Monet. If we were talking about Monet before the... Fuck me, dude. If we were talking about Monet before the, before her Zoan transformation, Monet, One Piece. If we were talking about, like, this version of Monet, without the bird arms and legs, she would probably go right next to Nami as far as, she would 100% go right next to Nami as far as, would let her have her way with me, but because of the, bird arms and legs, I'm putting her at the top of would get a kiss. She's not a Zoan? Yeah, she's not a Zoan. Could put in work with those talons? Yeah, that's a you thing. That's definitely not a me thing. Caesar Clown wouldn't approach, but somebody might. Slimy, don't even think about it. This thing does not know what sex is. Do not even remotely try to argue with me on this. Not a Zoan unk? I know she's not a Zoan. Monet, she's a Snow Logia. I'm aware. I am 100% aware. Virgo, strictly talking as of a character who has a relatively decent appearance in comparison to most One Piece characters, but is also a massive piece of shit, but also always has a piece of steak or food stuck to his face. I'd give him a handshake because I don't know how long that piece of steak has been stuck to his face. I'd probably put him... I'd put him here. But wait. Let me put it like that. Yeah, that seems better. Wait. We fuck with good dads. Yeah, we fuck with good dads. Okay. Kinemon. If he didn't have that stupid-ass haircut, I would probably put him somewhere up higher, but right now he's at the top of would not find attractive. Momonosuke, fuck you guys. This is going 100% up until, they don't know what sex is. Baby 5. She, I would put her at, let her have her way with me, but she's a smoker like Shaki, so I'm putting her at, actually no. Yeah, she's a smoker. Yeah, she's a smoker. I'm putting her at right below Shaki. This guy, I would honestly just throw him into does not know what sex is. Fujitora, I would not find attractive, but I would at the very least, I would give him a nice hearty handshake. I think he's one of the better Marines, if I had to be honest with you. Why do you have a Celestial in the handshake category? Because Miosgard is the only decent Celestial dragon that actually died trying to protect the... What the fuck are they... Yo. Seriously? Seriously, I'm gonna say it. If you are one of those people... I hate people who blast music in the middle of a fucking neighborhood, bro. It's like nobody wants to listen to your garbage and nobody wants to listen to your garbage fucking music tastes, man. God damn. I want to hear some bullshit massive bass drop just because you guys are trying to test out your stereo system. Jesus fucking Christ. What's your top 10 strongest, Unk? We'll make a strongest tier list after this. Could become a crystal ice sheet. Alright. Alright. That was funny. Heike, I wouldn't be surprised if Virgo didn't know what sex is. Virgo does come across to me as somebody who doesn't know what sex is. Viola. Now, it's technically implied that she was having some kind of a relationship with Doflamingo, but truth be told, I don't care. She goes, yeah, she's not a smoker. She 100% would fill with cream. Viola, 100% would fill with cream. Rebecca's dad. Rebecca's dad, you know what? I'm putting him in the friendly handshake. He goes 100% in the friendly handshake category along with all the good dads. 100% with all the good, great dads. There we go. Yeah. The announcer. Yo, this might be a hot take, but the announcer from One Piece, I'll let that motherfucker yell in my ear. No funny shit. Would fill with cream. That motherfucker can yell in my ear, but, definitely right here. One second, guys. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. Gats can scream in your ear. Yeah, he can scream in my ear. No funny shit. Yeah, he can 100% scream in my ear about how amazing Lucy is. Anyway, Don Chinjiao. You know what? I'll put Don Chinjiao just below Jinbei, and as far as Don Sai, listen, I wouldn't find him attractive, but somebody else might. I don't know who the fuck this guy is, so I'm putting him at the bottom, never having sex. And King Elizabello, hey, listen, some people are into the dad bod look. I would 100% give King Elizabello you know what? He took out all of Pika's fucking attacks. He took out Pika, he wiped essentially Pika's body with a single blast. I wouldn't even give him a kiss. That shit might be too dangerous, especially if he's been waiting on a line for an hour for me to get to him. So, like, yeah, no. I would just give him a kiss. Fuck it. He would go at the bottom of give a kiss. I don't know who the fuck this is. They're going at the bottom. This guy's going at the bottom. This guy's going at the bottom. Oh, Orlumbus. Orlumbus 100% would send me flying with a fucking handshake. You know, Cavendish is a pretty boy. Cavendish is a pretty boy. You know what? They would get a kiss. They would get a kiss. Cavendish is yours. Go ahead, Kaiseron. In cream tier is insane. Eardrum's gonna be hurting? Fuck no, nah, it's valid. Baby 5, top 4. Rebecca, unfortunately for many of you gooners, unless you're under the age of 18, she is 16, so she 100% would not go in any of this. She does not know what sex is as far as I'm concerned. You know what? This might be a hot take. This might be a hot take. Don't even think about it. Yeah, don't even think about it. Yeah, I don't think this guy knows what sex is. I don't think. I'm sorry, but I do not think that our boy here knows what sex is. Solomon, or whatever his name is. That was Boo Sai's younger brother. He could be whatever the fuck his name is, bro. It's irrelevant to me. The kickboxing, punching, piston guy from fucking, Dressrosa. You know what? I'd give him a nice, good handshake. This guy deserves a handshake. 100%. The bull? The fucking bull that they rode on? Yeah, no, this guy's 100% going in, don't even think about it. They don't know what sex is. Absolutely not. Hajrudin. Hajrudin, 100,000 fucking %, especially after the shit that they went through, would fill with cream. The long legs guy, wouldn't approach, but somebody might like him. The big sumo guy, don't care. King Riku, I would give King Riku a nice, firm handshake. I would give King Riku a nice, firm handshake. Yeah, definitely give King Riku a nice, firm handshake. The Fishman guy, you know what? You know what? Would not find attractive, but he at least goes up there. This is a princess of the dwarf people. I forgot what they were named. The Tontatas. Yeah, she just does not know what sex is. Neither do any of the Tontatas. Don't even at me. Don't hit me up. Don't tag me. The Tontatas, 100... I think I lost them. Oh, right here. Yeah. Leo of the Tontatas would not get a kiss. Fuck no. They would not get a kiss. Would not find attractive. They go at the bottom. Yeah, no. Leo from the Tontatas, 100,000% does not know what sex is. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. There's something about this marine mask. I'm just saying. There's something about this marine mask that, bro's gotta be hiding something there. The spade guy, right? The spade... No, this is Treble. Treble. Fuck Treble. All my homies hate Treble. As a matter of fact, Treble's never having sex. And neither... You know what? I'll say it right now. This guy right here, no, that was Diamante. This is Treble. Treble definitely does not know what sex is. The concept never came up to him. Pika wouldn't approach, but somebody might. Sugar. If I remember right, 22nd. Alright. Sugar, where the fuck is Sugar? Definitely never having sex. I'm just gonna stay straight with that one. Maybe Eon should get more surround speaker to go on the offensive. Bro, you know what's crazy? I was thinking about doing that years ago with one of my Ideo triple XX boxer. He gives handshakes the long way type shit. Akainu got that Gucci third leg. It's confirmed. Where the fuck is it confirmed? Explain to me right now where the fuck that's confirmed. Hatch taught Robin Koala Fishman karate. Yeah, sure. This lady right here, I ain't gonna lie, somebody might approach, but definitely not me. This, Lao G definitely never had sex, almost died a virgin. Baby 5? Yo, not Baby 5, sorry, I keep forgetting his name. My boy? Fuck, I forgot what his name was. You know what? I'll put him right here at would fill with cream. I would put him at would fill with cream. He's the pinnacle of male performance. You may not like it, but that's what peak performance looks like. Mach Weiss, somebody might find him attractive. I'm pretty sure this guy is a kid, so he 100% goes into the, 100% goes into the they don't know what sex is. Porcupine guy. You know what? I'll say it. Would not find attractive. Rebecca's mother. I ain't gonna lie. Rebecca's mother would fill with cream. Would fill with cream above the announcer. Actually, above Helmeppo. Senior Pink. I always forget his name. Senior Pink. Definitely never having sex. Fuck you, Conjuro. Oh. Rocinante? Rocinante Corazon? Bro. Bro. He might go right underneath Buggy. Yeah, you might go right underneath Buggy, bro. Has to go right underneath Buggy. Kaido the Beast. Kaido the fucking Beast, man. Ah. Bro, I ain't gonna lie. Kaido, I feel like he just needed somebody to really love him. I feel like he at least needed one big kiss. I would put him right next to Whitebeard on that. Definitely doesn't know what sex is. Edward, what's Weevil Jr., Weevil, whatever the fuck his name is, definitely does not know what sex is. They say this is Stussy. I'm willing to believe it, but fuck no, man. Fuck no. Fuck no. Oh yeah. Zunesha obviously goes up there. Yeah, the dragon, the Renosuke, or whatever the fuck this dragon thing's name is, up all the way up there. I would definitely not fuck any of the minks, but I'm pretty sure, I'm definitely not fucking the minks, but I'm pretty sure somebody would be attracted. Carrot goes all the way up in, they don't know what sex is, not even remotely entertaining any arguments there. Jack, I'm gonna be so real. Jack may be a big, brooding guy, but don't even think about it. He 100% does not know. I'm confused too. I'm not paying the most attention to the screen. Did you say Yamato's father doesn't know what sex is? No, I said he doesn't know what love is. I said he doesn't know what love is. Of course, Eon is kissing Kaido. Yeah. Somebody might find these guys attractive. Definitely not me, though. The Lero guy just does not know what sex is. Pedro, I would give Pedro a handshake. I would 100% give Pedro a nice little handshake. Yeah, I would give Pedro a handshake. Raizo. I'm pretty sure this guy is celibate, so we're just not even gonna count him. Not finding this guy attractive, but somebody might. You know, sure, I'm throwing the little guy in there. This Mihawk guy fought Vista, and this is a joke. Or something. Is Vista strong? You'd know, I'm sure. Vista is strong, not as strong. No furry shit. Wanda getting handled. Alright. Sanji's dad? I want to throw him in definitely never having sex. But he's had sex with Sanji's mother, so I have to throw them in wouldn't approach, but someone might. Reiju? Yo. You all saw the scene where she kissed Luffy, right? She can literally rip all the poison out of me. Yeah, Reiju's top 4. Reiju is 100% top 4. I'm sorry, I gotta move down Khalifa. Reiju's top 4. Raizo got real ninjutsu with no chakra drawbacks. I just checked. You said definitely doesn't know what sex is. Ah. My apologies then. Sanji's brothers. I don't personally find them attractive, but somebody might. Sanji's mother, though? Oh, yeah. Sanji's mom? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're getting dirty with it. Yeah, Sanji's mom could get it. 10 times out of 10. Big Mom! It would be so funny if the character who's canonically had the most sex in all of One Piece, I put him in definitely never having sex. Would not find attractive. 100% would not find attractive. Definitely never having sex. Katakuri, you know what? I'll say it. Katakuri, he makes it work. Would fill with cream. Would probably put him above Ace. I feel like you could feel safe inside his arms. Daifuku, definitely not for me. This guy's definitely not having sex. And Cracker, I would not find Cracker attractive. I would definitely argue it. This guy's definitely not having sex, though. Brulee? I would give Brulee a nice, genuine handshake. She doesn't seem so bad once you're like on their side. When you're on their side, you can 100% receive a handshake from what's her face and it would be fine. I probably wouldn't approach this lady, but somebody might find her attractive. Smoothie though? I mean, yo, those legs though. Like probably below Marco. Actually, yeah, I'd probably throw her up there. I'd probably throw her above Baby 5. Lola! No, not Lola. Chiffon. Would not find her attractive, but Beji definitely found her attractive. You know, where the fuck did I put Beji? Where the fuck did I put Beji? Where the fuck did I put him, actually? Oh, shit. I don't know where I put Beji at. Huh. I think we lost Beji. Who gives a shit? Pudding is 16 years old. Don't even remotely ask me. She goes all the... Wait, no. Whitebeard definitely knows what sex is. Whitebeard would definitely get a kiss. It's been almost an hour and this list is still ongoing. There's a lot of One Piece characters, alright? Leave me alone. Definitely never having sex. All three of these, definitely never having sex. Are all men? No, there's some women in here. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4. And, their little sister goes up all the way to... don't even ask me. They never having sex. Now, somebody definitely found him attractive. This is a fucking tree. He's definitely never fucked. Oh, Stussy. Oh, yeah. Stussy. Would fill with cream. Would fill with fucking cream. Morgan, I don't know what he looks like, so somebody might be into the whole bird thing, but I'm definitely not. Mother Caramel's definitely never having sex. I don't know. You know what? I would give this guy a handshake. Yeah, she would definitely go... No. She would definitely go, it would get a kiss. Definitely don't remember who the fuck this guy is. And Karasu, I'm sure somebody would find him attractive. Me personally, though, no. Odin! You know what? I would give Odin a nice, firm handshake. I definitely would give Odin a nice, firm handshake. I'm assuming that this is a... Oh, no, this is their mom. This is Odin's wife. Odin's wife would 100% get a kiss from me. As far as their daughter... Would fill with cream. So I found out Eon would fuck most of the verse, man or woman. Smoothie triplet cinnamon is fire. What's his face? You know what? I don't personally find his whole facial appearance attractive, and as far as, Okiku goes, you know what? She'll definitely go, it wouldn't approach, but someone might. Wouldn't approach, but someone might. Definitely never having sex. If she did the, like, the reverse fruits, like, make her look herself, if she made herself look better with her devil fruit, then sure. Tama is a child. She 100% goes all the way up in the... Don't even ask me tier list. What's her face? You know what? I would smash. I would say it. I'd smash. 100%. I would at least give her a kiss. This guy, you know what? He gave the whole kingdom to what's-his-face, so somebody would approach, but I wouldn't. Definitely not. I'm definitely not doing it. King, I ain't gonna lie, King is a... You guys know what King looks like underneath that mask. You guys know what King would looks like underneath that mask. Even in a tier list about attractiveness, he beats out fucking Katakuri. Queen, definite... The fucking SBS where he proves that Frankie is his dad, where he might be implied to be Frankie's dad. Fuck me. Hyogoro. Somebody might like a silver fox. This is a child. Whoa. Yeah, this is a child, so fuck no. Let's just throw her all the way up here. Her dad, someone might approach, definitely not me. Just never having sex. Page one. Somebody might approach, but not me. The earlobes guy, absolutely not. Ulti, roll talk. I like a bratty girl. Ulti could get it. I would fill Ulti with cream. Who's who? I don't find him attractive, but somebody by Black Maria. I'm sorry, the giant spider just kills it for me. Suzaku or Zazuki, wherever the fuck his name is. Yamato would let them have their way with me. And finally, and most importantly, Panda Man. Absolutely, and most importantly, Panda Man. I'm kidding. Yeah, Panda Man doesn't know what sex is. Alright. What do you mean you wouldn't tap King Balm? Yeah, I wouldn't tap King Balm. That's a tree. You want to get splinters all over your ish? I'm not getting splinters all over mine, alright? Fuck off. Alright, so this is my tier list as to who I would and would not fuck within the context of One Piece, who I would give a kiss, or a handshake, or would find attractive, or whatever. Is it true that Yamato is a transgender man? Yamato identifies as Odin. Yamato doesn't identify as a man. She identifies as Odin. So if you identify Odin as a male, then she will accept male pronouns, but she doesn't generally care, and Oda in an SBS referred to her as a she, so yeah. Okay. Either way, it doesn't matter. Yamato is Odin. It doesn't matter whether it's a transgender man or woman. Yamato is Odin. That is the only part that matters. Anyway, so this is my tier list. This is which characters I would, yeah, this is, it was Twitter drama, that's why I asked? Yeah. No, I get why you asked. Yamato is a female Odin. It's as simple as that, yeah. Actually, you know what, no, this is wrong. I gotta move Napoleon and the others into they do not know what sex is. These guys absolutely don't know what sex is. Yeah. Zeus 100% does not know what sex is. You cannot convince me otherwise. Alright, do you guys want a tier list strength, or you guys want me to make one of these for Naruto? Yamato could have a stick below? Probably. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter to me right now. Being trans is heavily fetishized at this point. We have representation of characters like Kiku, so I don't know why people feel the headcanon for Yamato. It's not about headcanon or anything for Yamato, it's more so just that in general, people just had a discussion about this at the time. You want a strength tier list? I was thinking about doing a strength tier list. By the way, it's still crazy to me that it's still at 18% with 60 votes, and people are actually voting that Shanks isn't a swordsman. That shit is absolutely fucking insane to me. Give me a second so I can see, allowed on all sites. Block this ad, block this one, block this one, block this ad, block this ad. Well, this shit doesn't fucking work. Alright, whatever. Alright, let's make a second tier list. Let's actually make a strength-based tier list for One Piece. So I'm gonna find the tier list with the most characters, and we'll go for, holy shit, 230, 339, 230, One Piece power scaling. Okay. Yeah, sure, we can make it from these characters. We'll make a strength-based tier list for One Piece characters, alright? If it's true Haki has, like, pure offensive capabilities, like a Haki blast or something, then maybe he doesn't need to be a swordsman. He uses a sword to fight, bruh. Unk might have watched it on YouTube. My phone is on 5%. Well, best of luck. You told me you would do it? Yeah, sure, we can do a strength-based tier list. Alright, so. Where the fuck is Emu on this? I need to just double-check to see if Emu's on this shit. Okay, so Emu is on this. Alright. Beyond Pirate King. Give me a second so I can think up of how exactly I'm going to write this. Okay, let me see. Top 5. Top 5. Pirate King. Yonko. Admiral. Commander tier. Was I really spoiled on email? I was looking at cool fights and bam, final villain, all caps in my face. I can't deny the pirate allegations. I don't even know what you're referencing as a parrot, just because there's a theory going out that I'm apparently... Just because there's a theory going around that, like, Emu was apparently Joy Boy's parrot or whatever, doesn't mean that I have to be a parrot. Vice Admiral tier. Sorry, Commander. Warlord. Vice Admiral. Supernova. Supernova. Is Sabo in this list, by the way? He should be. A Supernova tier, and Sabo is top 50. Give me a second so I can figure this out. 1 second, guys. Supernova. I'm just gonna write Grand Line. Grand Line. And then finally... Actually, no, this wouldn't be finally. Grand Line tier. You sound like my Xmod 6. Sabo's top 1 of the verse. Hold on, let me see. What's a Grand Line tier? Blues. And then... We'll add one more to the tier list. Add a row below. And this one should be... Add one row below. And this one should be... Ordinary or above. Okay. Starting off with Straw Hats. I'm putting Luffy in this tier. Usopp would probably be... Do I think Usopp's as strong as a commander? I would probably say that Robin, Brook, and the others are around like this Vice Admiral to like Warlord level. Sanji, where the fuck is Sanji? Sanji, I would put him at a commander tier with Jinbei below them. At a Warlord tier. Let's see. Nami, Usopp, Chopper. Chopper would definitely be... Nami has Zeus, which is the thing. Like, Nami clearly has Zeus, which is, like, the thing that, like, puts me on it. But then Brook can clearly beat that. And I would probably put Frankie above... I'd put Frankie above. Frankie with the Super Vega Cola, I would put him above Robin. I would put Frankie above Robin. I read Joy Boy was his pet and Emu was his parrot. I don't know, man. Don't try to make any spoilers for if you guys heard anything in regards to spoilers, please just don't post them. Trafalgar Law, Awakened Law versus Big Mom. I would put him in the I would put Law in the Admiral tier. I would 100% put Law in the Admiral tier. He can fight with a Yonko, but he can't beat a Yonko. I would definitely put Law and Eustace Kid in the Admiral tier. Killer is 100% in that Commander tier. But definitely below. Kids versus Shanks. Bartholomew. I put Okay. Okay. Do you guys think, bruh, for 5 minutes, but still. Okay, let me ask you guys a genuine question. Do you think Bartholomew can beat a Vice Admiral? He's mostly uses defensive capabilities. That's the issue, right? He doesn't really use hockey altogether, right? Does Bartolomeo have Bartholomew? Oh, Bartholomew. Yeah. Does he have hockey? Devil Fruit? Yeah, no, it doesn't say he has hockey. It just says he has... Yeah, that's right. He doesn't have hockey. He wasn't bugging. Personalities, non-canon, appearance. Wait, what the fuck? Physical abilities. Okay, there we go. Weapons. Uses a dagger. No, he doesn't have that. No, yeah, he doesn't have it. Yep, Ursus Shock, and that's it. Absolutely. Loki, Fishman, and Olivia has better observation hockey than Sabo. Didn't ask if he had. Yeah. Because I'm not sure if I would argue that, like, he could beat maybe. Zulong Carrot. I would put Zulong Carrot at a, I would definitely put Zulong Carrot at a Warlord tier. Bonnie and Egghead. I would say Bonnie can beat Vice Admirals. I would say Bonnie can definitely beat Vice Admirals. I think she just lacks raw speed. He beat a Vice Admiral in his introduction? That's true. Okay. And I would say that Bonnie has beaten Vice Admirals as well, so I would put her above that. Actually, you know what? Just Gear 5 Bonnie. I'm just going to throw Gear 5 Bonnie in here, and I'll probably just say that she's around like a, I would probably say that you could probably argue Bonnie's around like a Warlord to like Commander level if she's using Gear 5. I'm gonna move her down. Actually, no, I'll keep her here. Okay. Sengoku, ordinary or above. Akainu in Marineford. I would put him right there. Actually, I'll just swap him out for Akainu Part 2. Yeah. Akainu, currently Part 2. Below. Yes, below. Yes, I'm putting Akainu below, Law and... what's his face? Kizaru, definitely up there. Fujitora and Green Bull, all up there. Prime Garp. I would put Prime Garp in Pirate King tier. I would definitely put Prime Garp in Pirate King tier. But Old Garp, I would put him in... I would put him in a... level. Akainu has no hockey scaling. Prove me wrong. I'm not gonna try to. We definitely agree on that. Kobe beat a commander, specifically one of his big pirates. I would probably put Kobe right next to or below Jinbei. What? Sengoku kinda low, don't you think? Why? Why would I put what do you mean Sengoku's low? This is where he's at. What has he ever done within the context of the story? It's always... they're always talking about Garp. They're always talking about him and Garp fighting together, but you never see him fight with Garp. You never see him actually fight with Garp, so I refuse to agree with it. This guy couldn't even fucking kill Luffy when he was in pre-time skip during Marineford. Bro is a fraud. Helmeppo, I'm gonna be real. Helmeppo, I would probably argue he could beat a Vice Admiral. What's Teach's full name? I forgot. Davy D. Teach, technically. Smoker is a Vice Admiral. He probably just goes at the bare bottom of Vice Admiral. Whitebeard, Pirate King tier. Old Whitebeard, I'll just put him at like the lowest end of Yonko that I can. Marco Phoenix. Marco definitely goes up here in terms of power. I'm putting Marco up top. Ace. He is a commander, but unfortunately, I'm gonna be so honest. Ace just does not have, like, anything. Then is he not relative to Garp? Who is relative to Garp? Is he not relevant? Yeah, but you could always just argue that Garp is the one taking on everybody, because Garp is usually the one always hailed as the hero of the Marines, and it's always Sengoku next to Garp, never Sengoku above or near or whatever. You could argue it from a relative perspective, from a narrative perspective, but I choose to put Sengoku all the way at the bottom because he's a fucking fraud who never does anything in the story. The Giants... Are the Giants actually on the tier list? I think so. Where's Dory and Bragi? Oh, yes, they are on the tier list. Hey, Eon Light. Thank you for becoming a member. Oh, thank you for gifting a membership. Can you get some W's, please? And, Dark King. Check your... Dark King, since you became a member, be sure to check your, membership perks so you can join the Discord. What fruit do Luffy and Usopp eat that lets them regrow teeth after they lose to an explosion? You mean Luffy and Brook, not Luffy and Usopp. But Brook and Luffy, they just ate a devil fruit. Jozu is commander tier, capable of at least somewhat fighting an admiral, but not really. Really nice of Garp to give Sengoku half of his cloud. I need a bro like that. That's what I'm saying. I need a bro to do all the work and then give me half of the credit. I would absolutely love a bro like that. Vista is definitely within the commander tier, probably below. Jozu. Actually, is Vista above or Jozu? Which one of them is like the top three? I think Vista is supposed to be above Jozu based on how he fought. Please react to Is Emu a Swordsman by Goji. You don't have to watch all of it, but it's too funny. The Mihawk glaze. I was asking people to show me something, so yeah, sure. Is Emu a swordsman?
With the recent reveal of Nerona, Emu...
Alright, give me 1 second so I can finish up this tier list and then we'll go back. Okay, so we got that. Rox D. Zebek. Rox D. Zebek, I'm willing to say was... I'm going to put him right now at the bottom of Pirate King tier. I'm going to put him at the bottom of Pirate King tier, if I had to be honest. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, let's do it like this. I'll put Rox D. Zebek at... The problem is I don't know when Garp really is at his fucking peak. We'll do it like this. I'll put God Valley Garp. I'll put God Valley Garp at Yonko tier, and I'll put Rox D. Zebek at Yonko tier as well. Rox is slightly above Roger. He had to go all out against them. Yeah, but that was also a version of Roger and the others that you probably could argue aren't above. So I'm going to do it like this. Garp, Roger, then Zebek, and then Zebek above the two of them. Was benched like a Kaino. Do we need a flashback? War Arc not enough? Yeah. Yeah, kinda. What fruit did Nami and Chopper eat to let them split their heads into two and then reassemble when they need to quickly look back and forth between different characters while panicked? It's called the Fiction no Mi. You know what I'm saying? It's called the Fiction no Mi. Prime Shiki would probably be a Yonko. Prime Roger. Yeah, Prime Roger is definitely Pirate King tier. Yeah, he is the Pirate King. Prime Rayleigh, I would probably put on the low end of Yonko. Old Rayleigh, I would argue Admiral level. Old Rayleigh, I would definitely argue Admiral level. Prime Gabon, will probably put him above Whitebeard. Old Gabon, will probably put him below... We'll probably put these guys, like, right here. Let's see. Shanks! At the top of the Yonko tier list. Shanks, for sure, at the top of the Yonko tier list. Ben Beckman. I'm gonna be honest, I don't have a lot to go off of for Ben Beckman, so I'll just put him above these characters, but I don't really have anything to go off of for Ben. I really don't have anything to go off of for Ben or Lucky Roo or all the others. I'm probably going to skip the commanders for a second. I'll probably just put Lucky Roo and the others below just for now, because we still haven't seen enough for me to feel comfortable with putting them on the same tier list as, like, someone like Zoro and the others. Cross Guild Buggy is definitely Supernova tier. Cross Guild Buggy is definitely Supernova tier. I'll at least give him that much. Mihawk. The buddy, the bro, Mihawk. I'd probably put Mihawk and Shanks, like, right here. I'd probably put Mihawk and Shanks, like, right there. Let's see. Crocodile. Definitely around Commander tier. I'd probably put him above Kobe. I could see him beat Kobe. Big Mom, we'll put her in Yonko tier. I'll probably put her... Yeah, I'd say Luffy's stronger than her. Big Mom. Let's see. Katakuri, bottom of the Commander tier. Why the fuck is Chopper in here? Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Cracker, bottom of Commander tier. Oven, I would probably say is like Warlord tier, but definitely below these guys at this point. Yeah, definitely below. Sparrow, I'd actually put in a Commander tier. Smoothie, she is a Commander, so I put her below Sparrow. I'd probably put him like around here. Kaido below Luffy, above Big Mom. King, I would put King. I put King above Kobe. Bro, how is Mihawk still above when 15 tells us otherwise? Former royal warlord of the sea with greater sword skill than even Red Hair Emperor, the strongest swordsman in the world. Yeah, I could still put him above Shanks. What stops me from putting him above Shanks? It doesn't say Shanks is stronger than him. It just says he has better sword skill than Shanks. Still, I could just put him above Shanks because he has a black blade, or because I just damn well please. Doesn't necessarily mean that Shanks is stronger than Mihawk. Queen, where did I put King? I would probably put Queen below Kobe. Jack, I'm putting at, like, the bottom. I'm probably putting him, like, above Sparrow. I'd probably put him below Sparrow. Sasaki, all of these guys I would put at the Warlord tier. I would definitely put all these guys at the Warlord tier. Black Maria, Ulti. But Ulti, I would probably put at the bottom of, like, Commander tier. I genuinely think that... Ulti forcing Luffy to go Gear 4 is probably more impressive than most of these guys. Let's see... Who else do we have? X-Drake. X-Drake is definitely on some... Oh, no, he was part of the Toby Roppo. I'd probably put X-Drake, like, above page 1. I'd probably put this guy above that. You know what? Big Mom's crew is just dog shit, in my opinion. These guys can stay like that. I don't know if I really personally care. Is Zebek really that strong? I'm not caught up yet, but people are saying he's top 1. I don't believe he's top... Full Kaido versus Luffy, who you got? Currently? Luffy. 100% Luffy. Currently? Yeah, 100% Luffy. Let's see. In the Warlord tier, you were capable of beating a post 1-0 loss, so yeah, I'd probably put you in the Warlord tier. I'd probably put Hawkins just below in the Warlord tier. Let's see. Odin. I would put Odin in, like, the high... I would put Odin in a Commander tier. He was able to scar Kaido. I would put Odin at least in a Commander tier. Sorry, in an Admiral tier. Can we agree Ulti, Page 1, and the other Ancient Zoans are that strong because they're Zoan fruits, which are above Zoans, but mythical Zoans? Yeah. Real quick, where is Afro Luffy for Luffy's forms? I don't know, man. I didn't make the tier list. Zebek's over Primebeard? You think Zebek over Primebeard? I don't agree with that. Because you could argue that Whitebeard got stronger after he decided to make his own pirate crew. King washes Marco. Marco has, like, no offensive power. He did clash with the Admirals, but that's also... That's about all his offensive stats. Yeah, but he also fought King and Queen at the same time. He also fought 2 of them at the same time. If I had to be honest, he unironically fought 2 of them at the same time. I can put him above Jinbei, but I'm not putting him below... I'm not putting him below Marco. Zebek is a little overrated. That's cool and all, but Mihawk is called the strongest swordsman, and Shanks is a swordsman. Case closed. Put Mihawk top 1. Imu's a swordsman. Shit, you're right. Fuck is he talking about? Shit, you're right. Fuck is he talking about? You think I wouldn't? You think I'm pussy? I would 100% put him top 1. Maintaining the agenda is top priority. Fuck you mean? Apu. Apu? I'd probably put him at, like, the bare minimum of fucking Warlord tier, bro. Apu is kinda ass. Apu is kinda booty cheeks, bro. And, Yamato? I'm not gonna lie, Yamato? I'd put Yamato up here. I'd put Yamato up here. I'd put her, like, around Green Bull. I'd put Yamato... Actually, no, let me put up Odin a little bit higher. I would put up, like, Odin, like, around here, and I'd put Yamato, like, yeah, around there. That's the spirit. Let's go, Mihawk. There's the spirit, my boy. Mihawk always sneaking his way with just statements. That's what I'm saying, bro. Statements are that powerful, bro. Put some respect on our name, bro. Alright. Yeah. Definitely above, like, the Warlord tier. Definitely above, like, the Warlord tier, bro. Kinemon and the others were capable of scarring Kaido, something most characters on this list weren't capable of doing, but it was a combined feat with him and all of the other Zulong. Wherever the fuck actually, no, I would have to put them up here below Commander, specifically you. Neko Arashi and... Inu Arashi and Neko Mamushi and Inu Arashi. I would have to put them above these two. Kinemon, you could probably put him, like, right here. Denjiro, you can also throw Denjiro up here. And, Denjiro, Raizo, and Kawamatsu, you can put them up, like, below. And Doji. Yeah, you could definitely put these guys below. Yeah, because they weren't all equally strong, in my opinion. They weren't all equally strong. And I would definitely put them above the likes of these two. I'd put them above the likes of these two. I'd put them above the likes of these guys. I would. Please don't tell me we have Odin below Mihawk. Yes, we have Odin below Mihawk. Ulti is above any version of Carrot. Ulti above any version of Carrot? Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Kiku, I would definitely argue is, like, the weakest of the guys. I don't mind putting her below, what's-his-face? Kanjuro is nothing more than a bitch-ass dude. 1 second, guys. Yo, guys, I have to take care of something regarding the house, so you guys are gonna have to give me a couple minutes. I have to make a couple of calls.
His place among the top tiers has been discussed plenty of times, with the newest One Piece chapter cementing his spot as a god tier in the verse. If you haven't read it, then there will be spoilers ahead, of course. Imu casually destroying a Gear 5 Luffy is probably the single best feat in all of One Piece, and he did it with a sword. We have never seen a character being able to dismantle another top tier so easily. Because of how nebulous the difference between top tiers usually are, it's hard to discern just who's stronger than who. Has Shanks surpassed Roger, or is Roger just leagues above him? Regardless of your personal belief, there's not much justification for either position. Of course you can go into the nitty gritty for it, but that's out of the scope of this video. Except there is one top tier, who, at least a part of the community, thinks is properly cemented at the top. Mihawk, the world's strongest swordsman. This isn't a video explaining why Mihawk beats Shanks or anything like that. That's been done time and time again. But I will give a quick rundown on Mihawk's title, for the uninformed. Mihawk's position as the world's strongest swordsman is undoubtable, and is narratively necessary for the story to take place. He represents a pillar Zoro must climb in order to achieve his dream and promise he made to Kuina. Zoro's main way of achieving this goal is by getting physically stronger and getting better haki. If Shanks is a swordsman, then you cannot deny that Mihawk is stronger than him. Then you can go over the trillion statements and implications, and even stuff with black blades, that's not even too necessary to establish that Mihawk's the actual world's strongest swordsman.
Alright, I'm back.
But can you
I might have
really
to
stretch
cut
the
stream
idea
short.
of swordsman, even up to Imu? We've seen Imu fight with 2 separate swords, and the arc has just begun. Are we really gonna sit here and claim that Mihawk would sit down Imu and spank him? It just seems like a ridiculous thought, no matter how good you think you can defend Mihawk. Well, discerning who is and isn't a swordsman is the purpose of this video. While we haven't seen Imu's fight on Elbaf finish, this video will be a guide that determines whether the next few chapters show whether Imu is a swordsman or not, by outlining criteria and Imu's moveset. So let's get right into it. First, we should likely analyze Imu's fighting style. He uses mainly Omen flames that he can remotely control, as well as some form of Naginata style bladed weapon. He can even change the shape of this weapon using Omen. So already, he's a pretty versatile fighter, and doesn't really fit the criteria of swordsman so far, but does he actually? Imu isn't taking anyone too seriously at this point, even Loki. His polearm remains a versatile but unnamed weapon. It's only when he fights Luffy does he reveal what might be his true weapon, the Blade of Nothingness, Volhu. This sword seems to have a more special place as a named weapon, and as the weapon that Imu decided to use to end Luffy. But does using a sword once out of dozens of versatile attacks make you a swordsman? No, not at all. But can Imu be a swordsman even though he has all of these versatile attacks? The answer might be surprising. It's hard to compare Imu to other potential swordsmen, because Imu simply doesn't have as much evidence of him being a swordsman. You can argue a character like Shanks is a swordsman as they primarily fight with a sword. Rox is a swordsman because he shows off his swordsmanship skills and is renowned for it. None of them fight with other weapons besides their beloved blades. Except Roger. Roger in one lone panel shows that he carries not only a sword, but a gun into battle. This establishes that swordsmen can use secondary weapons, at least to an extent, but it's not nearly to the extent that Imu does it. Searching through One Piece, the 2 best examples I could find for fighters like Imu are King and Kabaji. Kabaji is a pretty early villain in One Piece, and he's the right-hand man of Buggy. Zoro fights him as he doesn't intend to lose to a swordsman ever. Kabaji does weird tricks throughout the battle, which are unbefitting of a traditional swordsman. He shoots fire from his breath and kicks Zoro off guard. He even makes smoke clouds. This is all because of his acrobatic style of fighting, but does this disqualify him as a swordsman? He claims as much, and
You're still
Zoro
surprised
even
at
says
how
he can't
we went from
lose
a
to
long
someone who
silhouette,
calls
slender
himself
cloak
a
to what we have
swordsman.
now. Yeah,
While Kabaji does.
I was hoping for the longest time, like just to pause it real quick, but I was waiting for the longest time to see what Imu's design would be, and I'm definitely not let down. I like the design. Oda has a way of really making a character, of really giving a character this emphasis and this really unique art style, that essentially allows them to create a very iconic, shape and silhouette for the character once they are fully been revealed. Like, given what we know now about Emu and given like how they're supposed to look, you could 100% put a silhouette of Emu next to every other One Piece character, and you're not going to get anything even remotely alike. What's up, Ali Allo?
Does go on to say he'll fight Zoro with his real swordsmanship later. It's not like Zoro called him out for not being a swordsman earlier, or lying about being a swordsman. It seems like tricks, to an extent, are allowed.
Hold on, Eon. Who you got, Loki or Emu? Emu. Emu beat the fuck out of him. Sure. Where'd you message me? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Out in being a swordsman. Kabuchi
Got you.
saying
I got
he'll
your
use
messages.
real
Got you.
swordsmanship
Yeah,
later
I
is
got
just
you.
like him saying he'll use his actual fighting style to combat Zoro. as
No,
he
I don't
thinks Zoro
recognize
is
you,
weak.
but that's fine.
Emu has similar
Yeah.
flames, but
Well, I'm
they're
happy
not
you're
used
back
the same
here,
as
Ali.
Kabuchi. Enhancing one's physical attacks with flames is not the same as shooting
Probably
fire
not.
from
We
your
don't. I
mouth to
think. I
off-guard
think
the
it's
opponent.
revealed that Emu's skin is
I
supposed
think
to
the
be
most
red.
important character to talk about is
I got a
King.
question. If Luffy is Joy Boy's reincarnation, would y'all like that twist? I personally would hate it. Takes away individuality. Looking at Naruto. He's likely at least a long distance. You could say not a reincarnation, but you could at least say like maybe like a distant relative of Joy Boy. I mean, the D Clan aren't necessarily bound by blood because you have D Clan members that are also giants. So it's not like you can argue that like they all share the exact same blood. But one thing you could argue about like Luffy is that he likely comes down from a very long branch. He likely is just like one of Joy Boy's descendants coming down from like a very far down tree branch. You know, I don't know.
Zoro seems to put doubt on whether King is a swordsman or not. It's a little more nuanced than that. King says he never understood the need for traditional styles.
No,
or
he's
honor,
not
as
the
winning a battle
dragon
is all
from
that
800
matters.
years ago.
So King will punch, kick, slash, and even explode his opponents. King used a dirty trick to remove Zoro's swords and proceeded to punch him. This interaction makes Zoro realize King never claimed to be a traditional swordsman. That seems open and shut, doesn't it? Well, semi-recently we got a new batch of Viver cards, including one for King. And on this Viver card, it calls King a masked swordsman. Debate is over. King is a swordsman. Some of you may be questioning the Viver card's validity because it supposedly contradicts the manga, but it actually doesn't when you look at it closely at the story. First, these Viver cards are super canon. Not only has Oda approved them, but when the manga gets something wrong and contradicts a Viver card, Oda goes back and changes the manga.
Seems the officer of the Four Emperors, the hobbies, or at least the revolutionary armies. Why? What is this? What does this panel have anything to do with it?
For it to be congruent with the Viver card. We see this is the case when Big Mom in God Valley says she's going to give a devil fruit to Katakuri. But this contradicts the Viver card, as the Viver card already said that Katakuri had a devil fruit by this point. So, they went back in the volume release and changed the manga to say that she was going to give it to Parasparrow instead. Instead of changing the Viver card, which just gave supplemental information that 99% of people wouldn't know about, they went back and changed the manga itself. So now that we know that King is a swordsman, definitively, with zero doubt, how do we explain his interaction with Zoro? It still seems weird. Well, if we look at the context of the statement, we can see that Zoro is referring to King not adhering to a traditional school or fighting style. Zoro's idea of swordsmanship is limited to a very traditional Japanese swordsmanship style. He trained in a dojo and he practiced every day for years. We know characters like Rox already have renowned swordsmanship. Nobody is gonna sit here and say Rox was practicing the blade in a dojo in his younger years. Rox's style is even to simply blow everything away with raw power. That's
That just
very
means
different from
statements
what
are
Zoro and some
unreliable.
other
Bum
swordsmen
Goji.
do.
Okay.
So it seems that Zoro's statement to King means that he just doesn't follow a style of swordsmanship that Zoro considers. Maybe Zoro's knowledge and understanding of what swordsmanship is will grow, as we already know it has. Haki is a fundamental part of swordsmanship, and getting a black blade is too. Even in this very arc, Zoro seeks to understand how black blades are formed through increasing his understanding of swordsmanship. So to summarize, what can be considered a swordsman, using physical attacks, tricks, explosives, fire, devil fruit, and maybe even a giant flame dragon alongside a sword can still be considered swordsmanship, and losing to a person using these things in conjunction would disqualify
That
you
just
from being
means
a
the
stronger
statements are
swordsman.
unreliable. Why are you calling him a bum though? Why do you have to call Goji a bum because he's essentially making an argument for a narrative that you probably just disagree with? I don't like that.
Do these attacks sound like anyone in particular? Imu uses a variation of all of these. We can even account for Imu's previous use of a Naginata. Kabaji uses an initial fighting style, and then switches to his real swordsmanship when he gets serious. If you think Imu is doing similar by getting serious only when using his sword, then he can certainly be a swordsman. Mihawk wasn't disqualified from being the world's strongest swordsman just because he used the knife one time. But just because Imu might be a swordsman doesn't mean he is. There's a lot of fan theories regarding Imu's sword, but one of them might be interesting and disqualify him as a
Can
swordsman.
Mihawk win with a
It's the
person with
idea
a
that
white
Imu
blade?
summoned his blade.
Why does the
from
white
his
blade?
throne
Why
room,
is the
as
why
well
is
as the many
I said why is the
blades.
blade?
They do share a
the-
striking resemblance,
Wade
and it would fit the
blade?
idea of Imu being a king. If
fucking
Imu
cooked.
could
God
summon
damn.
all of these weapons, and this isn't his main fighting style, or main sword, then he might not be a swordsman. One Piece has made it very clear that all you need in order to be a swordsman is to primarily use a sword. Even King with all his tricks still mainly used the blade. You cannot make a specific definition of swordsman in One Piece that encompasses everyone, as everyone is so versatile. It has to be a very general one. A fighter that primarily uses a sword seems to be what Oda is thinking, and it's even an intuitive definition. If you were to ask the average person whether this definition makes sense, they'd likely say yes. If this blade is simply one of many that Imu has and uses, if he doesn't
Like a
particularly
silver
favor
blade or
this
something. I get what
sword
you mean. I
over
get what you mean.
other
I get what you
weapons
mean.
like his
It's not a
Naginata,
black blade,
then
therefore it's
Imu
not a
is
strong
not
blade.
swordsman. It doesn't matter
suppose.
whether he uses a sword. I'm leaning to the fact that Imu is not a swordsman. If someone is powerful and as old as Imu was a swordsman, then you'd think they'd have a black blade, right? All we know about black blades is that they're forged through a history of battle and rely on a swordsman's strength. Without going even into what a black blade means for swordsmanship scaling or saying Mihawk's above Shanks or none of that. Just from what we know, Imu fits the criteria of having a black blade. Imu has hundreds of years to obtain a black blade through battles, yet he didn't. This would be consistent with the idea that Imu is simply a general weapons master and doesn't adhere to a specific style. If he doesn't care for a weapon or has any beloved ideas of the sword, then he won't get a black blade. We even know that hardened pirates like Roger care for their sword and even named his kid after his sword. Named swords in One Piece are sentient and have their own spirits associated with them. Imu is not the type of character to be fond of a weapon, nor is he compassionate and loving to such an item. But I may be wrong, as we don't fully understand black blades yet. Maybe Imu is a swordsman, and there's another condition of black blades that we don't know. And we'll see that in the coming chapter.
Okay. Let me check something out real quick. One Piece TCB. Let me check this out real quick. The Wailing Void. Okay, so it's not out yet. Fan Letter Spinoff, Chapter 1. This is cute. Cool. He's fence sitting. He's all about him being a swordsman. Then walks it back. I don't know about that. I don't know if I agree with that. Cool. Cool. Do you guys want me to continue the fucking tier list, or you guys want me to? Because I think I need to go take care of something that I'm gonna be very honest. I don't know if it's gonna take my entire day or not. So I need. Do you guys want to keep working on this, or do you? Let me just move Imu up. Let me just finish up the tier list and at least give you guys my top 5. Animal list. Do your thing, man. There's always time, yeah. Is there anybody else here that I feel like is necessary to throw in? Dorian Broggy, I would probably put... I don't know if I would say Dorian Broggy are in the Yonko tier, but I would definitely... I'll put it like this. Dory, Broggy, let's see, Loki above... I would probably put Loki above Kaido and Big Mom. Dory and Broggy below that. The Gorosei, where the hell are they at? Oh yeah, Gorosei. Let me just move them all up and out of the way real quick. Boom, boom. Boom and boom. And I guess boom. Okay, so Warcury. Just keep moving them up. Warcury, Mars, Venus Juro above Mars, Jupiter above them, Saturn. I'd probably put Luffy above Saturn over the other Gorosei. Garling, likely from a narrative perspective, is supposed to be like somewhere around here. Probably put Shanks and Shamrock around here. Blackbeard. I'm just gonna be so fucking honest about this one. I probably put Blackbeard at the bottom. I put Blackbeard below the other Yonko, but probably around that point. Dorian Broggy in the Yonko tier. Robert Lucius and the Sabo would likely go somewhere around the Commander tier, but I do think he's likely weaker than even Ben Beckman and the others. I put him above them. I'd probably put Sabo somewhere below Killer. Robert. Where is Robert Lucius? Okay, who gives a shit then? I'll put Rob Lucci. I'll put Rob Lucci in the Commander tier, probably below King. I don't see how he beats King. Yeah, I don't see how he beats King. Is there anyone else here that is relevant to the topic of conversation? Ryuma in his prime was able to take out a dragon all by himself, although I'm not going to count him for now. Yeah, I'm 100% agree with Dorian Broggy scaling very, very low tier, bordering on Admiral. Yeah, I would say probably bordering on Admiral. Oh wait, Awakened Lucci. That's the photo I needed. That's the one I needed. Let me swap these two out. I'd probably put Rob Lucci somewhere here on like the Supernova tier. Yeah, Rob Lucci's definitely around the Supernova tier. Enel, you could definitely argue Enel's also on the Supernova tier. Ryuma, from a narrative perspective, I'm willing to throw him up in top 5. I'm probably willing to throw Ryuma up in top 5 for now. And who do I push up to top 5? I need one more character to push up to top 5. Is there anyone else here? Harold. Yeah, we should probably move up Harold. Harold. Harold, I would probably put him after the contract. I would probably put him above the average Yonko. King Harold is relevant in the discussion, but I don't want to keep you from your life business. Yeah. So I do have to step out because there are some repairs that are being done in the house, so I have to go take a look at that. I can't do the full tier list, but I can at least do these characters. I don't know who I would necessarily put in my top 5 besides, like, these guys right now. I don't know if I'm exactly okay with this tier list, per se. Part 2 after? Maybe. Maybe. I don't know if I'll stream again the rest of the day. Tomorrow? Definitely not tomorrow. I have some things I need to do tomorrow. I'll probably just spend the rest of the day recording now that there's no more music in the background. I will catch you guys all later. Sorry that the stream kind of ended a little bit abruptly, but I do appreciate you guys for showing up, and I'll catch you guys all later. Peace out.